All right, so this whole Tesla phone thing, right?
Yeah.
It's got people talking,
Definitely,
a
definitely.
phone from the company that makes electric cars that are practically spaceships on wheels.
Right.
It's like something straight out of science fiction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really interesting idea.
We've got a whole bunch of articles here, and honestly, it's a lot to get through.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we're here for, right?
Absolutely. That's the fun part.
To separate the signal from the noise.
Exactly. Got to cut through the hype.
So let's get into it. What's the real deal with this Tesla phone? Is it actually happening?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
It seems like every time you turn around, there's a new rumor about it.
Yeah. And this LifeWire article jumps right into the thick of it. They're talking satellite internet, solar charging,
Oh, wow.
even like whispers about Neuralink integration. It's wild.
Yeah, that's one that always gets people talking, doesn't it? The idea of controlling your phone with your mind.
Right. That's straight out of the Matrix. Do you think that's actually possible?
Well, I mean, Neuralink is definitely doing some groundbreaking work with brain-computer interfaces,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
but using that technology in a consumer device, like smartphone.
Yeah, that's a whole other ballgame, right?
Exactly. The article makes it pretty clear that while Neuralink is helping people regain control of their limbs, applying it to a smartphone is a completely different challenge.
Okay, so maybe we're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
But what about something like satellite internet? I mean, Starlink is already up and running.
Right.
And with Elon Musk running both companies, it seems like a natural fit, doesn't it?
You're hitting on a really key point there. The article actually suggests that the Tesla phone could use Starlink's network,
Oh, really?
especially through Tesla's charging stations.
Wow. So you could potentially have high-speed internet access wherever you go, all through your phone.
See that?
That would be a game changer.
Absolutely. Especially for people in remote areas or people who travel a lot.
Right. Or even just people who rely on their phones for work.
Exactly. And think about it. If Tesla offered data plans that worked with their cars, it could really shake things up in the telecom industry.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
So integrating existing tech like Starlink, that seems plausible.
Yeah.
But what about some of these other rumors? Like the article mentioned solar charging and advanced astrophotography.
Uh-huh.
Are those things even possible?
I'd say they're definitely more realistic. We're already seeing solar charging in smartwatches,
True.
and Tesla's expertise in solar panels could be a big advantage for them. Imagine a phone that charges itself just by being in your pocket.
Oh man, that would be incredible.
Right.
No more scrambling for a charger every 5 seconds.
Exactly. And when you think about astrophotography, smartphone cameras are already unbelievably good these days.
They really are.
Combine that with Tesla's interest in space. Remember all those rumors about the Cybertruck being Mars ready?
Right, right.
It wouldn't be surprising if they packed some amazing camera capabilities into the phone.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these features, while they might sound futuristic, are actually rooted in existing tech.
Right.
So, with all this biz, what are the chances that we'll actually see a Tesla phone anytime soon?
Well, that's the big mystery, isn't it? This article doesn't really give a definitive answer, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tesla's been very quiet about the whole thing.
They have, haven't they? But they haven't exactly denied it either, right?
Right.
Didn't Elon Musk say something about making an alternative phone on Twitter?
He did. He did. The article mentions that it was in response to some concerns about App Store restrictions.
Oh, right, right.
So it could be a sign that he's serious about exploring options in the mobile space. But then again, he's also known for,
Making big announcements?
exactly, setting ambitious timelines. So it's hard to say for sure.
It's like, he just throws these ideas out there and lets everyone go crazy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But that's Elon for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love him or hate him, the guy knows how to get people talking.
He certainly does. Keeps things interesting.
And speaking of interesting, this article from TechCrunch, it takes a different angle on this whole Tesla phone thing.
Oh, how so?
Well, they're not so much focused on, the actual features of the phone,
Okay.
but more about what a Tesla phone could mean for the whole smartphone world.
Interesting.
Like, their big argument is that Tesla's real strength isn't really the hardware itself,
Mm-hmm.
It's their software and their whole ecosystem.
That's a good point.
Hmm.
Tesla's already known for having a really smooth user experience across their cars, the charging network, even their energy products.
Exactly. And this article, it talks about how a Tesla phone could, seamlessly integrate with your car.
Oh, wow.
So you could control the climate, the music, even some of your car from, a tight parking spot, all from your phone.
That'd be pretty handy.
Right. And with Tesla's autopilot stuff, you could even potentially, like, monitor your car remotely while it's parking itself.
Now, that's pretty futuristic.
I know, right? And then think about the data sharing and the customization.
Yeah.
Imagine a phone that learns your driving habits, your temperature preferences, even your music tastes.
That level of personalization would be huge. People love that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. It's like, we're not just talking about a phone here, but a whole extension of the Tesla experience.
Exactly. They could really leverage their existing customers and their brand loyalty to disrupt the market.
Totally. But then that makes me think about the downsides, you know? Like, what about privacy?
Right, that's always a concern with this kind of technology.
This article, it actually touches on some concerns about data security and all that.
Yeah, because the more information a company collects about you, the more important it is for them to handle it responsibly.
Exactly. Transparency is key. Consumers are way more aware of these issues now than they used to be.
For sure. They want to know what's happening with their data.
Absolutely. But before we go too far down this road, we need to remember that this whole conversation depends on whether Tesla is even actually making a phone. Because this next article, it's from The Verge, and they're a bit more skeptical.
Oh, really? What's their take?
They're suggesting that all this talk about a Tesla phone might just be a strategic move.
A head fake. Interesting.
Right. Like, they point out that Tesla has, a bit of a history.
Of making bold claims.
Yeah, and setting some pretty ambitious timelines.
Right, which sometimes don't always pan out.
Exactly. Like, remember the Cybertruck's unbreakable windows?
Oh, yeah, that was something.
So The Verge is saying that all these rumors about a Tesla phone, it could just be a way to distract everyone from some of the other stuff going on.
Like, what kind of distractions are we talking about?
Well, like production delays, increased competition in the EV market.
Ah, I see. So they're saying that Tesla might be using this phone idea to kind of control the narrative.
Exactly. Keep the focus on their potential for innovation and all that.
Clever. Whether they're actually developing a phone or not, it's definitely got people talking.
That's for sure. And this last article we've got here, it's from Wired, and they do a really good job of bringing it all home.
Okay, what's their take?
They're basically saying that, look, whether or not a Tesla phone ever actually comes out,
Right.
all this speculation is a sign of something bigger.
Like what?
Like, we're at this point where everything's changing so fast, the lines between different industries are blurring.
That's a good point. We're seeing it everywhere. Cars are becoming more like computers, and now phones could be extensions of our cars, our homes even.
It's like the future's knocking at our door.
And holding a smartphone.
Exactly. And it might just be a Tesla. Who knows?
Right. But, even if it never actually happens, this whole Tesla phone thing,
Yeah,
it really gets you thinking about the future.
it does. It's like, what's next?
Yeah, exactly. And this deep dive, I think, has shown that,
What's that?
the lines between all these different tech industries,
Right.
they're just getting blurrier and blurrier.
Totally. We've got cars that are basically computers on wheels. And now, maybe phones that are like extensions of our cars.
Yeah. Or our homes, even.
It's wild. It really feels like